Hello guys, Mac Machine 95 here, and I'm with my 2007 iMac again, and today I'm going to be doing a processor upgrade on the machine. And right now it has a 2 gigahertz Core 2 Duo in it right now, and it's the Muron CPU, I think. And I got a better CPU for it. This is my first time ever doing a CPU upgrade on a iMac, so we'll see how this goes. Anyways, here's the new CPU that I ordered for it. It is the Pinrin T9300 2.5 gigahertz CPU with SSE 4.1. And today I'm going to try to, I'm going to put it in this machine. So I'm going to go ahead and get this machine prepped for its surgery, and I'll be right back. I'm back, and I have the machine prepped for its new upgrade. So the tools you're going to need are, you're going to need a suction cup. This one's off a Bluetooth speaker, and this is for pulling off the screen glass. And then you're going to need some Arctic Silver 5, which is the best CPU compound you can get these days. You're going to need your new CPU, but that's not going to come till later. And you're going to need some Torx bits, which I have right here, and I think you're going to need... I'm also going to follow along here on this screen with the iFixit guide that'll help you go through it. So yeah, I'm going to cut the film right here and lay the iMac down so I can prepare to show you how to take off the glass. iMac laying down on its back like this. And this is probably how I'm going to do it, probably throughout the video, but sometimes I might stand it up. But anyways, I got the suction cup here off that speaker, and I'm going to pull off the glass. So if I just stick it on there, and boom, the glass is off. Okie dokie. And I'll put the glass right here in the seat, and I'll put it somewhere else. So that's the glass part, and now we have to get our Torx bit and remove these screws all around the border. They go all the way up here. So well, now after we removed the screws, the Torx ones, I need to find a little place to put these and organize these so I know what I'm doing. So anyways, I'm going now to remove the bezel, and I have, before you do, and you lift it up, there is a microphone cable right in here. You got to disconnect that before you can take off the front bezel. So I'm going to put the camera down and hopefully try to do this. Okay, so what you do is, all you got to do is lift up, and my microphone cable already came disconnected, so, and then there's the bezel, so we can put that aside now. Okay, so after the bezel is removed, and sorry about that last shot, I shot it backwards, so I'm probably going to put an annotation or something there. So after pulling that off and setting that aside, here's what I do to, this is what I do to label my screws. I just put some piece of paper and some electrical tape, and put all the screws on the electrical tape so I know where they go, and I just label them. That's yeah. Anyways, back to the computer. The next thing to do is we've got to remove the LCD, which I've already done before. I've already worked on this machine before when I did a hard drive replacement. Okay, so to do that, we are going to pull the okay, this cable right here is for the LCD temp, so we're going to pull that. It easily just comes out like that. We're going to set that aside, and now we're going to grab a T8 Torx. Okay, we're going to grab a T8 Torx, and then we are going to remove the T8 temperature, or the T8. This is the display connector. This is where all the video feed comes in. So we're going to remove that connector, and I got to remove the 2 screws on it that hold it in. So I'll be right back when I do that. Well, I have the iMac back down on its side again. So I have removed the 2 T8 screws that are they're T8s, and now we're going to pull the display connector up like this, and it's free to go. So, and then you're supposed to remove some these are T12 they're T8 screws and something like that here on the side of the bezels, but when I got this machine it didn't have them. Okay, well, to remove the LCD is the next step we're going to do. So after removing the LCD temperature cable and the display connector, all you got to do is grab from one side and lift up on it to the left, and then in there will be some inverter cables, but I've already disconnected those for the fast sake of the video, and now the LCD is removed, and you can set that aside while we do the rest of the upgrade. Okay, now we're going to get into the teardown of this machine, and I have it back up again because I'm going to need to we're going to need to remove the left speaker. So to do that, we are going to move the SATA cable out of the way, and we're going to grab this cable right here underneath the SATA cable. This is for the left channel speaker, so pull that out, and now it's free. And what we got to do now is you got to deroute it somehow. You have to unplug the SATA cable too. But oh, I see how you do it. Okay, so this is going to take some tinkering. I'll be right back. Okay, so I removed, this thing just fell off, so this is the cover protector, I guess, for it. So this is for the RAM slots. And by the way, I don't have the RAM door, so you're supposed to take that off first before taking off any of this. But yeah, so the next step is to deroute this cable, this speaker cable, and deroute it under there like that. Okay, and then I'll be right back for the next step. Okay, so next step is going to be removing the ambient temperature connector, and that is going to be right here on the left, where it says next to power button. It might be hard to see on camera, but yeah, it's around there. It's the it's not that one, it's the one in the center. So what we are going to do is I'm going to get it, and I'm going to remove it, just like that. And there's the connector. Okay, and then deroute it, so just like that. And then our ambient temperature connector is now removed and free. So the next step is we're going to remove the T10 screw for the speaker, and the speaker assembly should just come out. So I'll be right back as soon as I remove that one screw right there. Okay, so now that I removed the screw, this might be a little bit hard, but what you do is you gotta get that back in there, and then you just pry it up like that and pull it out, and then your left speaker is now removed. So I'll be right back for the next step. Okay, so now that the speaker is moved, we can go back down here to the cable connections, and we can deroute the power button cable and the CPU fan. So we're going to pull the CPU fan connector off the board, and then we are going to unplug the power button. And now we're going to also disconnect the SATA cable. I forgot how that comes out. Okay, yeah, just like that. Just like that. And and we're going to deroute the SATA cable, which has been derouted, so we're good. And I'll set this little piece aside because I'm going to need that later when reassembling. Okay, so I'll be back in the next step. Okay, so I turned on the light, and I should have done that from the start, but oh well. Okay, so the next step was to remove the power connector from the DC board. So, and that's kind of hard to do because you got to. My method was to get it pried out just a little bit to get where I can get like a flathead screwdriver into it, and I was able just to pry it out. I mean, it's probably not the recommended way to do it, but I didn't cause any damage. The pins are still fine, and yeah. So the next step to do is to remove the Airport Extreme antennas. So I'm going to pull those out just like that, and then they're free. Okay, so and then you want to move them to the and you just want to drop them down like this, so they're just hanging out like that. Or if you want, you can put them behind. That makes it easier. Anyways, we're going to move on to the next step, and that is to remove the Bluetooth antenna. So to remove the Bluetooth antenna, all you got to do is the antenna cable, which I should have been saying all along, but you should just pry it off like that. I know it. And there it is, and you just set that aside. And then you want to pull the, right here, this is the camera. You pull that out too, right there. It goes right there in that socket. You just pull it out. And then you want to remove the right speaker cable. To do that, all you got to do is pull on it like that, and it comes out. Simple and easy. And then now I need to take another T10 Torx bit, and I need to pull the speaker. I'll be right back. Okay, so now after removing the T10, all you got to do is the speaker is just pull it out from the top like that, and it's out, and set that aside in your parts bin over here, because we're going to put all that stuff back together. Okay, so we're making progress. We're almost there. Okay, so the next step is to remove the optical drive fan. So you're going to just pull that cord like that, and it's out. So, and then going to remove it from the socket, and then now we need to we're going to take a spudger, or maybe a flathead, and we're going to remove the optical drive data cable. So I'll be right back when I do that. Okay, look at it, that was easy. So to remove the optical drive, all you gotta do is remove this little metal pin, and you just gotta pry on this connector up, and it comes out. So that's another job complete. And then we're going to lift up the little microphone cable straight out of the socket for the audio board. And there you go, the microphone cable for the iMac is disconnected. So next up, we got to move up here where the hard drive is, and I got to remove a piece of tape. That's right here, and then we can, I think all I got to do is just pry up on these. Nah, I'll be right back when I figure this out. Okay, so what I ended up doing was I removed the screws for the logic board. So what we had to remove was, there was two T8s right here holding the memory thing in. And then you had no, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screws here, and you had 2 right here, need to remove. And then, yeah, so, and now I can remove the logic board, but I gotta do something real fast before I do. I'll be right back. So now we're ready for logic board removal. To remove the logic board, okay, so all you gotta do is pull on this, and it should come out. Okay, well this is gonna require a two-handed operation, so I am going to put the camera down while I do this. I'm gonna try putting it in a way you can see it. There's some dust. Okie dokie, so I have the logic board out, and I'll be right back because I gotta clean this stuff up because I just made a lot of dust go everywhere, and we're ready for almost ready for the CPU replacement. So I'll be right back. Okay, so now I got the logic board, and now we will get to the CPU removal. So to do that, we are going to remove the this screw, that screw, this screw, and that screw right there under the warranty void. But this machine is like already like a million years old, so the warranty is already gone. So I'm going to go ahead and get to removing those screws, so I'll be right back. Okay, so I already skipped ahead and removed the heatsink. All you got to do is remove those four screws right there, and there's going to be a screw right here that you have to remove on the other side of the board, and then the heatsink will come out. And then there's the thing we've been looking for all this time. There's the CPU. So to do the swap, and to do the swap, I'm going to take a flathead screwdriver, and I'm going to unlock the CPU. And then I'm going to take the CPU out of the socket. Or hold on, I don't think I unlocked it fully. Okay, there we go. So now we're going to take the CPU out of the socket, and remember which way the line was, so it's going to be right there. So I'm going to grab my new CPU, and put it right into place. And now we're going to lock the CPU back in. And now this new CPU is in, and it's ready for CPU paste. So I'll prep the CPU paste tube, and I'll be right back. Okay, well now that I got the CPU in place, I got a little bit of tube of Arctic Silver 5 here. I'm just going to put a dab. Dab of paste right there on the CPU. And I'll be right back as soon as I clean this up. I think I put a little bit too much. Okay, now that I've applied the thermal paste, I go ahead and put the cooler back on, and I gotta flip this over, and then I got to screw the screws back in. So I'll do that and be right back. Quick little thing: when you are attaching the CPU color back on, make sure you plug in the temperature sensor, because you don't want to put this all back together and find out you have this unplugged. So just a reminder to plug this in when you can. Okay, so now that all the screws are back in for the logic board I just finished, I did undo the screws and right there. Okay, so next thing we need to do is reattach these cables up here to the top. So this one is there. This is the HD fan. This is the optical drive temperature and the hard drive sensor. So I'll be right back as soon as I connect those. Okay, so now that all the screws are back in for the logic board I just finished, I did undo the screws and right there. Okay, so Next thing we need to do is reattach these cables up here to the top. So this one is there. This is the HD fan. This is the optical drive temperature and the hard drive sensor. So I'll be right back as soon as I connect those. Okay, so now that I got all those wires connected, so the next thing to do on the list is to reattach the microphone cable, which is this cable right here, and that goes into this port. So hopefully I can do this on camera. Yep, and should have tried to turn on my backlight for this camera, but there it is. There is the microphone cable back in. So what's next? Okay, now I got to reconnect the optical drive to its port. It's going to be kind of hard. Okay, just like that. I'm going to take this little metal clip and somehow put it back on there. I don't really remember how it went. Alright, so I'll be right back when I get this clip back on. Okay, so I have the clip back on, and I also plugged in the fan into the optical into the logic board. So next up, we're gonna put the right speaker back in, and to do that, all you gotta do is just put it back in like that, and then screw it in with that screw right there, and then reconnect the cable right there, which is right there, and I already did it. So I'm gonna screw this in, and I'll be right back. Okay, so the next thing to do is to because I already did it, is reconnected the camera cable, which goes up to the camera up here, the eyesight, and then the next thing I got to do is reconnect the Bluetooth antenna and then the Wi-Fi antennas. So I'll do that and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have all that hooked back up. I got the antennas hooked back up. So the next thing to do is we got to plug in the power connector back into the logic board. So, and this is kind of hard, but you can give it if you just try hard enough. And I'll be right back as soon as I figure this out. So I got the power connector back in, and so now we got to plug back in the SATA cable. So all you got to do is route it right here through this, and then all you got to do is plug it in right here, and that's going to require two hands. So just like that, and route the cable. Or just stick it up there for right now, because you're going to need to remount the speaker cable for the left channel and all this right here. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I went ahead and reconnected the power button, which is right underneath this weird patch of aluminum, and the CPU fan, which is right here. So the next step is to put on the left speaker, which is right here. And to do that, all you got to do is just make sure it fits in right there, or something like that. And I'll be right back when I get it fitted in. So I got the speaker back in, and all I got to do now is throw the screw back in for the speaker and screw that down. And then I got to reconnect these cables, and we're almost done. I just got to reconnect the panel, and before I put it all back together, I'll give it a test run. I'm back, and I've reconnected everything. So Molex is plugged in, and back anyways to this the speaker. That is all hooked up right there. Focus. Yeah. Sorry about that. I got a message from Skype. But anyways, I got a power button and the temperatures, and I got all the cables ran. I put back on the little protective guard, and ran the speaker cable, hooked it up. So yeah, we're pretty much ready for a test. I just got to throw the LCD back on, and I'll show you how to do that. I mean, it's really simple. I just got to put it back on there, and we'll fire it up for the new test. Good news, the upgrade was a success. Sorry I didn't record it booting, but here is the new system specs. I mean, it's supposed to be like this because it detects it wrong, but This is a mid 2007. Now has a 400 megahertz Core 2 Duo. Now it's wrong, but it should be. It's fully detecting 2.5, and it's a Perion or Penryn, whatever they call it. So I'll be able to install the macOS Sierra beta on this thing now. But for now, I'm going to shut this thing down, and I'll teach you how to reassemble the rest of the machine. Okay, well the upgrade was a success, and to finish off the project, all we got to do now is, since I screwed in the bezel again, I got everything hooked back up there. Oh, you will. Is to snap that back in, and we're done. And that's how you do the iMac, and I'll boot it up for you. And that's how you upgrade a 2007 iMac to a better Core 2 Duo with SSE 4.1 support and support for macOS Sierra using my friend's patch. Thank you and have a good day.